Hello and welcome everyone to a Palazzo live stream chat. And you're like, what is happening 2 weeks in a row? Yes, I'm here, Britton Allan, going to be your host today. Michael Govier will join us in a few minutes. I promise. He just had to take care of some things real quick. But I was like just itching to get started. I was like, let's get the party going because there's so many great players that I want to talk about. To add, I've already been making my waterfall bids. Some very exciting players, including the Coors Colorado Rockies hitters. They've got 7 games in Coors this week. If you're head-to-head, you got to get in on that action. But before we start getting into it, I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and especially a shout out to my dad, Michael Allan, aka Big Mike. I love you, Dad. You are the man that I admire more than anyone else in the world. My dad's love and support has never wavered in 47 years of my life, and he's a great person and a great role model. Happy Father's Day, Mike Allan. I love you. All right, here we are today to talk some fantasy baseball. Hey, let's just go ahead and get started with the chat. Pistol RX, what's up, Pistol RX? Happy Father's Day to you. I hope you all are having a great day. I have 2 daughters. I'm blessed and lucky. They got up and made breakfast. And when you're Team Hefty Boy, hefty breakfast is all I can do in the mornings. I'm not eating yogurt, no granola. I'm eating bacon, toast with peach jam and scrambled eggs. And a shout out again to my father on Father's Day, Mike Allan. Our side of the family hails from England and over there. So I put Worcestershire sauce. Now I'm not 100% sure that's how you pronounce it. You know, the Worcestershire. I think it's spelled like WOR Chester. I don't know. It's called Worcestershire. Basically, it's like a salty anchovy, but that's how I grew up eating my eggs. You douse it with the Worcestershire sauce and you put it on the toast and you eat it with the bacon. I just ate and I'm already getting hungry again. So all right, but that's what you do when you're the captain of Team Hefty Boys. How y'all doing? I hope everyone's having a great day. Like I said, Michael Govier will be joining us. Mike V is having family time today. Love you, Mike V. Shout out to you, my friend. Happy Father's Day. I texted with Mike V this morning. He will be back soon. He is going to take today and enjoy it with his family. My family is out and about, and I said, look, love you guys, but I've got to talk to my Palazzo people, my friends. So many things to discuss. So if it's all right with you guys, I'm just going to start banging it out. Like I said earlier, 7 games at Coors Field. I don't know if y'all have been looking at those Vegas over-unders, but it's 10, it's 10.5, it's 11. Give me some of that action. So here's some guys that might be available. Okay, so Hunter Goodman hit 2 home runs. Beg your pardon, yesterday. Hunter Goodman, he's an outfielder for the Colorado Rockies. He does not play every day. As a matter of fact, he's only started 2 games in the past 6 for the Rockies, but he hit 2 home runs yesterday, and one was like 470 feet. See you never ball. That's Hunter Goodman from the University of Memphis, my alma mater. Go Tigers. So Hunter Goodman is a power bat. He was a power bat in the minors. He hit like 33 home runs between AA and AAA. This dude is all power. I like Hunter Goodman a lot, but I don't think he's going to play as much as this next guy, who is Michael Toglia, and it's spelled Toglia. The G is silent, my friends, and I know this because I did exhaustive research. And when I say exhaustive research, I mean I Googled it and listened to a bunch of the announcer clips, and it's totally the G is silent. But he was like one of their first round draft picks. He's an important part of them moving forward. So he's going to play every day, either first base or right field. Aluris Montero. I'm sorry, Mr. Montero. I know I'm not pronouncing that right. He's on the bench. So I think Michael Toglia is going to play his last 10 games. Here, I wrote this down. 9 hits. He's kind of on a little bit of a hitting streak. He's going to play every day for the Colorado Rockies. He's got first base and outfield. I like him better than Hunter Goodman, even though I drafted Hunter Goodman in many draft and hold leagues at the beginning of the year. So I like Michael Toglia, power bat. They're going to give him full-time plate appearances because Kris Bryant on the IL again. Man, no offense, Mr. Bryant, but that contract is a big old booty bust, and I don't even know what that means. Sounds inappropriate, frankly, but that was a bust. Kris Bryant's on the IL. He doesn't want to play for them. They're like, hey, how about we give you $150 million? Just, can you play? He's like, no, I don't feel like it. He's like, no, I don't know, whatever. But anyway, so but on brighter news, Nolan Jones is back. He was the 2020 out of nowhere traded from the Cleveland Guardians. He's back. So he's back in the mix. If he's out there, I would pick him up. I would pick up Michael Toglia if Nolan Jones has been picked up. Sean Bouchard is on the IL too. So you just got this playing time that's just opened up. So I would definitely go look at the Colorado Rockies. So my number one pickup for the Rockies would be Nolan Jones because of what he did last year. My second would be Mike Toglia, and third would be Hunter Goodman. But like I said, 7 games at Coors with over-unders 10, 11, 12. Sign me up. Weekly league, I got to have some of that. I've got to get on some of those over-unders. Mike Toglia also hit a grand slam the other day too. So and let's talk to Uncle Ted. What up, Uncle Ted? Happy Father's Day. Amador will be stupid cheap today. That is also true. Adael Amador was their number one prospect. They called him up when Brandon Rogers went on the IL. He's playing second base every day. Hadn't done a whole lot production wise. He has stolen a base when he got on base. So Adael Amador is worth keeping an eye on too. He is their mega prospect. So we'll see what he does if he gets in on that action. All right. So keeping on the Colorado, we'll talk about the Rockies a teeny bit more. I promise we'll move on to other stuff soon. But Uncle Ted, shout out. Nolan Jones is drawing hella walks. Yes, that's what he does. He started out kind of rough and then started to turn it around, then got hurt. He's been hurt for a little bit, so he's dirt cheap. If you're in a 10-12 team league, he is on the waiver wire. I seriously doubt anybody hung on to him. So go take a look at Nolan Jones because he did it last year. He had a banger season last year. So a little bit of regression this year, but he's still ultra talented. So Nolan Jones, Michael Toglia, Hunter Goodman, Adael Amador, I would just go load up. I really would. I love Colorado Rockies. Summertime and the living's easy. I'm serious. I love Denver. That ball, you hit the ball, it goes further than anywhere else in the world. Oh, I love all these players, especially in a weekly head-to-head league. Let's take a look what other people are saying. Fantasy Sports, what's up? Drop any from Lodolo, Bybee, Verlander, Jay Jones for Gavin Williams, Boz, or Jeffrey Springs? That's a great question. Gavin Williams had another rehab start. I love Gavin Williams. I've been talking about Gavin Williams for a year, but his rehab starts have been a little shaky. He did strike out 4 batters for like the first 5 he faced, and then it was like a revolving door. They pulled him after 2 innings. So I'm a little nervous about Gavin Williams. Come on, Gavin. Shane Boz. I'm worried about Shane. These are all injury guys, and I hear you, Fantasy Sports. But I don't think I would drop any of those guys for Gavin Williams, Shane Baz, or Jeffrey Springs. I like Lodolo, Bibee, Verlander, and Jared Jones. I know Verlander's been kind of rough start, but man, that dude, he's going to be fine. That's just how he lives his life. The Justin Verlander, yeah, his velocity's a little bit down and times are a little bit left, but he's going to figure it out. So I'd hang on all those guys, and I don't think you need to drop them right now. I'd hang on to them. All right, let's see, Mr. Fantasy Sports, another question. And thank you guys so much for being here today with your questions and your chat. I absolutely love it. I appreciate it. This is a blast talking to you guys. Let's see what Fantasy Sports says. Redraft head-to-head points. Rank these infielders: Nolan Gorman, Nick Gonzalez, DeYoung, or D. Hamilton, David Hamilton. We all know Michael Govier's love, affection of David Hamilton runs deep, my friends. David Hamilton has been super hot, one of the hottest hitters in baseball. So definitely Hamilton number one for me. Paul DeYoung, also like 7 home runs in the past 10 games or something crazy. He's on a nuts heater. It's not going to last. Nothing does. So grab DeYoung now while you can. So the 2 hottest hitters, like literally in baseball, David Hamilton and Paul DeYoung, go pick them up. Nolan Gorman was hot. That's kind of cooled off. So I would go Hamilton, DeYoung, Gonzalez, and then Nolan Gorman. Let me know if y'all agree, disagree. We put David Hamilton, or I should say Mr. Govier put David Hamilton on the front of the cover because he's been on Hamilton all year. Oh, hang on. Let's see. Whoa! Uh-oh. Are you muted or am I muted? Hang on. Maybe I'm supposed to remove Mr. Govier. Let me. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. Whoops. Anyway, Michael Govier will join us in 1 second. It looks like his mic is muted, and we can't have that.
Here I am now. You hear me?
I got you. What's up, man?
Yeah. There we go. What's up, buddy? Hang on. Camera will come on in a second here. But I'm here now. Hello. And I'm listening.
Thank you, Michael Govier, for joining us. We were just talking about your man. Your call for months is now heated up, Mr. David Hamilton. We're getting all kinds of questions about who do I pick up, David Hamilton, Paul DeYoung, who's also been super hot, or your other pick, Nolan Gorman. So out of those 3, in a head-to-head points, Mr. Govier, Nolan Gorman, Paul DeYoung, or David Hamilton, you got to pick one.
Well, I mean, I love David Hamilton. Like you said, I appreciate your words there. He's really been on a heater, but I do believe his batting average will come down because that's just not really his game. He's really good at OBP and drawing walks and getting on base. There's no doubt about that. But I think if you're looking for a guy who's going to give you speed and score runs and give some power in the middle infielder, Hamilton can do that consistently, and his ability to draw walks will reduce his potential for slumps. You know what I mean?
Oh, so, yeah.
There I am.
He's on a heater. He's a 5-category contributor right now. So in a head-to-head draft league, grab him. I mean, why not? There's got to be somebody on your bench that you can dump. I
got to give this up here. Eddie wants it. Give me it. Here you
go.
Give me 2.
There it is. Long overdue. Also, I made it eligible. If you saw the Monday show, oh, by the way, there's a bunch of us on the bottom. Look, there's Mike, Britton. There's the whole crew down there.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, that's a great banner. Look at that.
But I saw Robbie and Ben we added the sounds to our StreamYard, so now anybody can use them, and they were having a sound off the other day. It was very fun to see other people getting involved on that. But yeah, I'm here now. MG, big homie, good to see you. Thank you very much. B. Henny, everybody who's here, get back in business. I'll leave it back to you, Britton. You're in the zone here. He's on fire.
Oh, I'm just rambling as always, but it's a lot of fun. Just like
The
Michael
finest
Govier
rambler in
said.
the West.
I just talk, just bye, chatterbox. But
You do
again,
well.
thank you everyone for showing up. It's a pleasure to be here. Happy Father's Day to everyone, and thank you for joining us. And I saw a really good question here that I would love to get your opinion on, Michael, because which contract is worse, Kris Bryant or Go Tigers, Javier Baez? Now, you may be a little biased because if you're a Tigers fan, you have to hate Javier Baez's contract.
That's putting
it's
it
like
mildly.
part of the rules.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
I mean, his bios all the way. It's not even close. Even if I wasn't here, he's one of the worst players in baseball for the last few years. Historically terrible OPS for a regular player. It's so bad. And Britton, I actually, the other day, and this is a good example, Kris Bryant totally fits the profile on this question. But I came up with what was the worst contract, Trevor Story or Javi Baez? Now, Trevor Story is a solid player, but he's been so unavailable, too, that one's also stunk. Jose Abreu, $30 million left on the table. He's flat out cut. So at least that's over for Houston fans. But yeah, man, these owners are so stubborn with the players that they will not move on from. It's like in fantasy. It's hard to let go when you're like, oh, I traded so much to get so-and-so. It didn't work out. Or I used so much draft capital to get somebody. I can't let it die. But we have to let it die. It's already done. You can't change it. So why continue to have this same old drag on your team? And that's what Javi Baez was. Miguel Cabrera needed to go. He was totally finished. And Javi Baez put on the IL has been the best thing ever. Tigers scored 13 runs yesterday. I don't think that's a coincidence. I really don't.
Colt Keith is heating up. I love to see that. They gave the young man a contract before the season started, had a rough start. They let him work it out. And now he's hot and he's performing. Love Colt Keith. Yeah, but I was looking at those contracts, and of course Anthony Rendon is got to be considered one of the worst.
True.
A sneaky bad one was the Steven Strasburg contract, because although he did win a World Series, he got a contract after that for 200 and something million, and I think he appeared in like 10 games for the length of that and it was like a thank you contract for getting us a World Series,
Yeah,
But
you don't see those very often. A
You don't
7-year,
see those
$245 million deal for winning World Series.
Right. Like, I get it. He's your ace, homegrown guy, but that money just went nowhere. But whatever.
Dude, Javi Baez, I mean, I'll never get over this. It's just been such a bummer. I think hopefully he'll just stay on the IL, or they'll just eventually work out a deal to get him off the roster, because they're so much better without him. They truly are. It's not exaggeration. And so are we, says Eddie Buzz. I worry. Oh, wait. I wanted to show this one real quick. We'll talk about Vaughn Grissom. How's your podcast only have 797 subs? That is stupefying. You guys are the best podcast out here, in my opinion. Utah, give me 2.
Utah.
There you go, brother.
Give me 2.
Thank you so much,
Kind
Eddie.
words.
What a kind thing to say. Those are kind words, aren't they?
Thank you, man. That goes straight to the heart, brother. Appreciate you.
I agree. You could be number 800 right now if you're watching. You haven't subscribed to our YouTube. We're 3 away from 800 on the quest to 1,000. Eventually, we'll get there. All right, so Britton, we got Mike. I worry about Vaughn Grissom and Ceddanne Rafaela returning to the infield when Tund, Tyler O'Neill, Willie Abreu, who you love, and I agree with you. I love him too. I actually traded for him the day before he got injured. So I'm fine with that, though.
That's
I'm fine
how
with
that works, right?
It does, right? And then Jaron Duran and Yoshida are healthy. So, yeah, Britton, how do we make sense of Boston's situation for Vaughn Grissom and Rafaela with all these other guys in the mix eventually?
I'm seriously worried about Vaughn Grissom. He's been injured, and when he has played, he's playing injured, essentially. I'm very worried about Grissom. Rafaela is going to play, though. He's a great outfielder. They may DH Willie Abreu when he comes back from the IL, which should be soon. He's well on the path to coming back, but he'll probably be platoon. But Rafaela is either going to play center field or shortstop. Like, they're going to make space for him because he's elite defender, and he's been hitting pretty decently in the past 30 days or so. So Vaughn Grissom, I would outright cut him in a 10 or 12 league.
Yep.
You just move on. He was a big name. He had the opportunity. It's not working out health-wise or performance-wise. So I would cut Grissom, but I'm hanging on to Rafaela. What do you say?
I completely agree. There's no doubt about it. Grissom is a guy that you'll chase, and all he'll do is crap on your front porch, light it on fire, run away. and you'll be stuck with poo on your boot. Just like that guy from Billy Madison.
Billy Madison, was that it?
I'll get you, damn kids! You're all gonna die!
Be quiet, devil woman. What? That's just like an insult to no one in particular. Okay.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's just a random insult to a wife that doesn't exist. I don't know.
That's why that movie's so funny, though. That's why I love it. That's classic
really
Sandler
is.
humor, right? But yeah, Grissom you'll chase, and Hamilton is fast-forwarded ahead of Grissom. It's not close. Now, I guess it is possible that Hamilton, like I said, he has a potential to go cold, and if Grissom gets a shot and heats up, Boston will switch him out. That could happen. But right now, Grissom's down the list here. I know they traded Chris Sale for him, so that's always going to factor into it, just like the Javi Baez deal factored into him playing all the time. But I agree with Britton. I think we have to see it to believe it for now. Do you guys think we'll see Jackson Jobe in the majors this summer, says Charles? Oh. I don't think so.
I think yes. I think 100%.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do. I think he's going to come up, and they're going to give him. He's such a high-end prospect. I think they're going to let him come up and get a good, sweet taste of the majors. It may be after the All-Star break, but he's earned it. So I think Jackson Jobe is definitely going to come up sometime this year. Now I wouldn't go crazy for it, all these high-end prospects like Christian Scott. It's just so hard to pitch in the major leagues. Like the only one that can break the bank is Paul Skeens. Apparently he can dominate. I don't that but he's one in a million.
He really is.
Jackson Jobe is coming up, but I wouldn't go crazy. I wouldn't use your number one priority on him or anything like that.
Yeah, Eddie says Jobe might be up in September, is not to lose his rookie eligibility. Oh, of course, I could see that.
Exactly.
That makes sense, too. I really don't see him getting any run unless it even happens in September, in my opinion, because they got a lot of pitchers they're working with here, and they do see themselves as they're wild card contenders, the Tigers are, believe it or not. So, go Tigers. And Jobe, he could be useful to that, but the way Scott Harris took so long to call up Justin Henry Malloy, and there's certain players that there's a path that every player has in Harris's mind. So let's hope that Jobe gets a taste, but I don't see it. I would love to see it, but I don't see it. Eddie says the Tigers aren't going anywhere this year. Oh no! What? Wow, that is I'll just have to live with that, Eddie. But I respect your opinion. And Pistol says, "Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Pistol." Oh, we got a fresh one here, Britton. This is John Kempton. This is the new name to me. Hi, subscribe, like the show. Join us. We're here for you. We got a lot of shows coming up this week, too. It's going to be a busy week. As also, shout out to Mike Virginia, who's not here today. Happy Father's Day to Mike. I'm sure Britton already said that at the top, but I wanted to say we miss you, Mike, and be well. And Mike will be back this week ready to rock. He's doing fine. Is Arenado worth a pickup, Britton? In a 10-team Cats OBP, he's got Bregman, Gorman, and the soon-to-be returning in 11 days, Noelvi Marte.
That is a great question. And the reason why it's great is because it's really hard. It's really hard to answer. Arenado's been heating back up. You knew it was going to happen. He was going to break out of his slump at some point. I love
the power, though, is what just to say real quick, the power was the big problem. That's what I thought the power may be done, and I'm still skeptical of that. But yes, he could hit for a decent average.
Yeah, I definitely like buying a proven veteran like Nolan Arenado to bounce back and have a great second half. So I'm into that. Of those three, though, Mike, I don't know who I would drop. I guess has Gorman finally heated? Has finally come off his hot streak. I'd have to look at it again, but I really want to keep Bregman in his walk here, and I really want Noelvi Marte. What do you think?
Well, Gorman basically just gave you a bunch of home runs, but he's still hitting 207 with a 35% K rate, as you can see on our screen here live. So, though I enjoyed it, you'll get more power out of Gorman. It'll probably be the same story in the rest of the categories. And if you're an OBP with a 10% walk rate for Gorman, that's pretty solid. But I think you can't let go of Bregman, obviously. I don't care how bad he's been or now that he's turning it around. And Marte has more to offer than Gorman does. He does, Britton, right?
Yeah.
I admit that. And that means I would drop Gorman of these three. I think that's where I stand, even though I loved him for a minute. But we got to move on from these infatuations we have, Britton, these short summer romances that can't last forever.
Flings. We're not getting married in a 10-team redraft league. We're not getting married. We're dating.
That's a great line, actually. I love that.
We just graduated from college. We're not getting married. We're dating. And I dated Nolan, or we picked up Nolan Gorman. It was great, but like many relationships, sometimes it's time to say bye and move on to the next. But when you're young, and when I say young, I mean when you're a 10-team league, I'm a 15-team league. Like I'm like battered and old and abused. I'll take anything on the waiver wire. But when you're 10 team, when you're young and you're 10-team, you can be more selective. You know what I mean?
That's great. That is beautiful. I can't believe I've thought of that before. Yeah, when you're in a 15-team, you know exactly what your partner's ordering at the restaurant. You'll just order it for them because they already know. So
your spirit's been broken. You don't feel love anymore. It's just like I gotta see what's left.
What happened to us? Oh, yes, Riley Green did have a big day yesterday, Eddie. Thank you. Oops, 61869. What's up, Oops? Welcome to the show. Oops. Be subscriber number 800, Oops, right now. Just click subscribe button on YouTube, please. Are the Rays going to bring up Shane Baz? You know what, Britton? I got a little upset last Sunday when Fab went down in my main event. Main event slipping a little bit. Unfortunately, Dave McDonald has overtaken us for first place. We're in the same league as Dave McDonald. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, he's good. He's really good. So I expected his best fight. And he paid $83 last week to pick up Baz on a $1,000 Fab budget. So which maybe could look like a good deal later. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think
15-teamer.
15-teamer, I think it's a great spec ad. I should have done it last week. I went to all my NFBC Fab leagues and put BAZ, Wizard of Baz. He was picked up everywhere. And I'm like, well, I missed the boat on that. Too little, too late. But yeah, go get him, because if he gives you, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 innings, it's going to be good. It's Shane Baz, they've been treating him slow. He's had some setbacks, but he's on everybody's, stash little, lookout zone. So yeah, 100%. I would definitely go spec on him. What do you say?
I'm going to, you know what? At this point, I'm going to stand with what I was saying before, because it's easy to lose sight of where you originally stood. And the reason I was concerned about Baz is that he always gets hurt. He's inconsistent. He can get little command challenged at times. And yes, the Ks are there, and he's cruising in AAA. He had 8 more Ks in his last start yesterday, and he struck out 10 in another start prior to that. So clearly, Baz could dominate AAA. I don't have any doubts about that. But the rotation, look, we've got Zach Eflin, Aaron Savale, who's been... Yeah, it's been rough. Taj Broadley dominated, had 11K start last weekend, I believe, or earlier this week. And then you got Zach Little and your main man, the Piss Missile. Is it possible that Zach Liddell or the Piss Missile would be on the chopping block here?
I watched and of course, we all know my love of Ryan Pepio. I watched his start. He was cruising through 4 innings. And yes, he gave up 4 or 5 earned runs in 1 inning. Happens. I'm keeping the faith on Ryan Pepio. The problem is he does have a start next week at Coors, which I really don't like that.
Oh no!
Michael,
wow.
Yeah, we were talking about. Or I was talking about the beautiful Coors hitters this week. They have 7 games at Coors.
I heard that. So, I got excited. You got me excited.
I got all excited too. I was like, Michael Toglia. But, watch him go 0 for 22. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. You got to take a shot. We're taking shots. We're taking Jaeger shots. Because
I would recommend well-researched shots from the Palazzo podcast, like us.
Well-researched. Yeah, there's nothing well-researched about a Jaeger shot. That stuff's fun. But you got to do what you got to do.
Rumpelmans, ew.
Oh man, I lost my mind one night on Rumpelmans. I'm not even going to get into it. I was in Oxford, Mississippi. I woke up the next day in Memphis, Tennessee. I was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in between Oxford and Memphis, and I don't want to know. So screw you, Rumpelmans.
Case closed. I will say that, by the way, John said, appreciate it. You guys are all awesome. Y'all are awesome, by the way. Y'all, fellow Southerner.
That's right.
Maybe. Hey, buddy. Make sure you subscribe, John. We're here all week long. Do at least 3 shows a week, sometimes more. Uncle Ted wants to make it clear that no starter is worth more than 2% of Fab. 8% for Boz is dumb. I like hearing that, and I hope that you're right about that, because though I love Dave, and Dave's one of my close friends, I do want him to lose because I'm competing against him. So, sorry, it's just business, right? It's just like Glengarry, Glenn Ross. It's just business. There's a lot of really nice, stupid, cheap starters out there this week. Oh, this is a great segue into these guys. So this guy, Carson Spiers on the Reds, he came in relief last week and pitched 5 innings, struck out 7, was really good. And now he's getting the ball tomorrow, Monday. And if he pitches well again, maybe he gets a 2-stepper this week, but maybe not, right? So what do you do with a guy like Carson Spiers here?
I'm keeping my eye on him. I like Carson Spiers' opportunity. I like Spiers. Shout out Band of Brothers, Captain Spiers.
That guy was awesome, man.
Don't mess with that guy. Whether you're on his side or not, I don't think he cares. He's going to do what's right either way.
Well, remember what he said. You got to assume you're already dead. That's how he does what he did.
That was the most existential conversation in the history of an HBO project. Was you're dead already. Like, what are you worried about? We're all dead. You're talking to so don't worry about it. I was like,
with Blythe, that was. I love that show. Yeah, that's great.
It was a great show. But so check it out, Band of Brothers, Captain Spiers. But in this Carson Spiers, which is really close to Captain Spiers, I don't know, there's something going on there.
I love it. It works for me.
So, yeah, I like Captain Spiers. But my favorite out of this group is DJ Herz. Have you heard about this guy?
Yeah, I heard about it last night. 13 Ks that weren't on my team. I know that much.
I have a feeling that I'm going to be banking some of the banks for my boy DJ Herz. And you're like, DJ Hall? I'm like, no. DJ Herz, two different dudes. Not DJ Hall, DJ Herz. He's for the Washington Nationals. This is his 3rd career start was yesterday, and he becomes one of only 2 major league pitchers in the history of Major League Baseball, one of 2, to record 13 strikeouts and 0 walks in his first 3 career starts. The other pitcher, Steven Strasburg, did it in his first 3 starts.
Whoa.
So coincidence, they're both Washington Nationals. That's a coincidence. But DJ Herz did something special. And I watched it, and it was amazing. Now, yes, it was against the Miami Marlins. I totally understand that. But after the interview, he gave an interview on, and apparently in Washington, Washington, D.C., they gave him like one of those Abe Lincoln, like red, but it's red and white, like, looks like a political, like something Apollo would wear, before he fought Stallone, Rocky. So he had like that hat on. And the ladies, the reporters asking him questions, and he is the goofiest. He looks like Jesse Plemons from Breaking Bad, that actor. So he looks like, and he's sitting there talking. He's got the funniest, weirdest hat. He just made MLB history. Like DJ Herz is going to be in Major League Baseball history books for the rest of his life, or anybody else's life for that matter. So,
you're right. Oh my God, he looks just like Jesse Plemons. That is incredible. Wow.
I know. It's like you're just waiting for him to go. Him and Jack to go murder some people. But Jesse Plemons' character in Breaking Bad was a stone cold psychopath. It was amazing.
Yeah, I remember that guy. It was Jesse somebody else. I know what you're saying though. His name is Jesse, but Jesse Plemons was in Friday Night Lights, and
he's Friday Night Lights. That's exactly right.
But he looks just like Jesse Plemons. You're right. That's uncanny. Wow. Holy cow.
Wow, dude.
DJ Herz is worth a shot. He really is. It's not completely out of the blue. I mean, it's out of the blue, but his minor league K per 9 was 12.9. That's almost a 13 K per 9. You only get that from like hardcore closers. So he strikes dudes out. So DJ Herz for the Washington Nationals. He's my number 1 pickup. Like I want him everywhere just to see what happens. He's going to get blown up. But there's going to be more good than bad looking at his strikeout profile. He's kind of got like a Ben Brown feel, except DJ Herz is healthy. So I think DJ Herz is definitely worth it. My number one pitcher ad for the week. What do you think? Am I crazy? Or would you rather have one of these other guys? Tobias Myers, he looks great. He plays for the Brewers. What do you think?
You mentioned Herz came for 9 in the minors. Looks great. He also walked a lot of guys. So those walks rear their ugly head, then you're going to have a problem on your hands. And I think you want to, this is great to see 13 Ks, and everyone's going to overreact to it because it's a massive achievement for a 23-year-old out of nowhere, kind of.
Yep.
But I'm just beware of those walks, folks. I'd be slowing my roll and waiting it out. In 10 and 12 teamers, I'd be chilling and kind of waiting it out. But in 14 teamers or deeper, you got to take the plunge, no doubt about it. But for Carlos Rodriguez, his first start didn't go very well. He got called up this past week. Wasn't great. Now he gets another shot. Sure, why not? And Tobias Myers, yeah, why not? I mean, I don't see why not. I'm not really thrilled about any of these guys right now. I think Carlos Rodriguez has more potential here, but my concern is that he still has some seasoning. It's like a delicious Father's Day steak on the grill, right? I mean, a lot of fathers across the country did. A porterhouse, okay. I'll take the bone-in ribeye myself, but I'm not a father, so I guess I can't choose. But I'll have to be force-fed whatever is fed to me today. Maybe it's Burger King. Maybe it's
There's
ramen
nothing wrong
noodles.
with Burger King. Man, those Whoppers are delicious.
I mean, we argued about this on the show last year, that Wendy's maybe was the best fast food burger, but Burger King burgers are outstanding. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. All you have to do is look at the nutritional values of the Whopper, and it's good. It's got to be, because that thing is a killer. But
if it's not good, it's a damn shame. You're right.
If it's not good, it's illegal. But
anyways, I would say rank these. Okay, I'll go Herz, Myers, Spiers, Rodriguez for now. But I'm hoping that Rodriguez could be the best of these if he can show a better start and then might be able to stick around. But who knows here on the Palazzo Podcast? Who else?
Utah.
Two Z's, Father's Day special. Britton Allan and Michael Govier serving up here for you. We got the Bizzle Rizza in the house. How you doing, my brother? Good to see you. You've been a loyal fan of the show this year. Love having you here. Thanks for being here. And if you're a father, happy Father's Day. And if you're not, well, then just enjoy your life. Happy day to you. Oh, boy. Wyatt Langford starting to heat up a little bit. People are starting. Those Langford psychos are coming out saying, I told you so. Langford or Churio, rest of season, Mr. Britton Allan. I'm finally done with Colton Cowser. Oh,
Colton Cowser started so hot, and he has a section in Baltimore that grown men and women dress up as cows. I love it. Y'all crazy. I love it. So, yeah.
Hopefully that comes back.
Hopefully that will. Hopefully, yeah. Well, Colton Cowser's a young guy. He's got plenty of baseball left. But
absolutely,
yeah, in redraft rest of the season, like we said, we date, we dump, and then we date somebody else. So yeah, dump Cowser for either one of these guys. I like Churio a teeny bit better because he's power and speed. Langford, I don't think I've hit any home runs yet. I could be wrong. He does steal bases, but I'm down with Jackson Churio. I like them both. And obviously, and Mike Govier, I got them in our Auto New Dynasty League. I was so excited. I got Jackson Churio, Jackson Holiday, Wyatt Langford, none of which has particularly worked out. and my record reflects as such.
Me neither. Yeah.
But yeah, I like Jackson Churio a little bit more. But I'm glad Wyatt Langford is bounced back and he's starting to, get back on.
Well, you're right. One dong still for Wyatt. So I wonder what Wyatt Earp would say about this. I wonder what Doc Holliday would say about this. I guess we'll never know for sure because they're both dead. But the movie Tombstone lives on. I'm a Huckleberry. You're a drunk piano player. You're probably seeing double.
Chopin.
Remember that Val Kilmer, so good.
He's great, and I remember the piano, not the piano player, obviously that's Val Kilmer, but the guy with the guns, that's Thomas Hayden Church, who was, I think his name was Lyle in the show Wings. Do you remember that show?
Oh, Lowell, show? Yeah,
Lowell, that's it.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was a weird show about a small airport, but it was on for a long time. It was funny. It's got Monk on it too. The guy from Monk.
The guy from Monk, Tony Shalhoub, was in it.
That's right.
Tim Daly was one of the lead characters. I remember coming back at from coming home from class, and I would watch Wings reruns before I had to go to work. I worked as a runner downtown.
No, a numbers runner?
A runner at a law firm.
Okay.
Beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee. It was a legit job, and I know because I made $4.25 an hour. That's what the minimum wage was back in.
So did I. I got $4.25 and got up to $4.40 with a raise when I was working at Food Town as a bagger. Man, lucky guy.
I got a 25-cent raise one year, and I thought I won the Powerball or something. There was a McDonald's on the Strip in Knoxville that on Wednesdays had 25-cent hamburger.
Oh wow, hell yeah!
So that was like the best day of my life was when I could go to McDonald's and get 25-cent hamburgers. I was like, oh man, I'm living the dream.
What a time to be alive, man.
That's putting it mild.
Also, 25 cents. There used to be this place called the Diamondback Saloon. We'd go for 25-cent Bush Lights. That's right, Bush. Yes. They're like 8-ounce glasses, but it was, it was a bad idea, but it was fun. We had good times. We got Jonathan Cannon here being supported on the show by Uncle Ted, who knows his stuff. And you look at, this guy's got some decent numbers. I know his ERA and WHIP don't look great on the surface, but his last outing, he struck out 7 over 7 innings at Seattle when he was given a start. And it looks like he's been in and out of relief and starting. And I don't know. I mean, 24 Ks, 23 innings, something. A lot of people won't be focused on Jonathan Cannon this week. So if you're looking for ads who might be cheap, who could help you, it's not a bad idea. I like it.
I like it too. That's super sneaky. Is that Uncle Ted?
Uncle T.
Yeah, listen to Uncle Ted. He knows of what he speaks. So yeah, I like
we got
him.
so many questions here. All right, we got to get through these. I want to make sure everybody feels like they're heard today. Closers in a points league from John Choca or Sioka. I'm curious how you pronounce that. I like that. This is a fresh Italian name. It sounds like. I could be wrong, but you tell us, John. Edwin Diaz, Doval, Duran, Iglesias. Drop one of these closers. That's a lot of closers. So, real simple. Who do you drop here out of these closers? Diaz, Doval, Duran, Iglesias.
I'm going to drop Doval. I hate to do it, but Duran, Iglesias has been great. I think the Braves have turned it around. I think they're going to go on a serious winning streak.
Wow.
Season.
Britt, you're right.
Duran's got the filthiest closer stuff in the league, and Edwin Diaz is back. I like Duval, but he's young, and I'm not a huge fan of San Francisco or their win potential. And plus, Duval struggled a lot.
He's got a 1.54 WHIP right now, but he's gotten 3 saves in his last 4 appearances with no one runs allowed. He's been pitching well in the last 2 weeks. I will say that. So I'm going Duran. I'm going to keep Duval, but that's me.
I don't want to. Yeah, I like all these guys. I mean, these are all elite guys. But if I have to do one, Duval would probably be my pick, just because of the San Francisco Giants more than anything else.
Grissom will Amber Heard me? Are you saying that we didn't talk? We covered Grissom earlier. Is that what you're saying here? Because we did, buddy. Didn't we?
I don't know. I think he's saying that whatever Amber Heard did to the Pirates.
I see. Yeah. Oh, wow. Pistol coming in hot.
Dude. That was an ugly divorce. That was a
30-team league dynasty with just so much involved that you can't even sift through it all.
So unnecessary for that trial.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that stuff. But yes, I agree. Totally unnecessary. Put your whole world on blast in front of the entire world. What a terrible way to live. How about this, though? Is this a good way to live for fantasy sports? Rank these guys. Outfielders only. Arozarena hit a home run yesterday.
I saw that.
Playing a little better. Castellanos, my guy, who I'm always expecting the best from. And then Friedel. And I know you love TJ Friedel here, but you can't put him first, can you?
I have to. I pledged undying love to him in our Valentine's Day special. So
you did.
And TJ Friedel, he's hitting well, he's playing well, he's going to bat leadoff. I love TJ Friedel. And Randy Arozarena for the Rays looks like he's coming back. I'm all for it. You and I have been on the buy low right now on Randy Arozarena. Castellanos, I know you like Nick Castellanos for the Phillies. I really don't. I watched. I don't know. I don't think he's somebody you need to hang on to. But you tell
Power's
me, am I
not
wrong? Yeah.
Power's not there. You're right. He had 3 home runs in a week, late May, early June, and then he hasn't hit a home run since. I'm still going. Arozarena, Castellanos, Friedel. I'm sticking there. And but I couldn't begrudge anybody for flipping the script with Friedel and Casty. Scherzer coming back this week. Does he have some more rehab to do? I'll have to check that. But
all signs point to yes from what I've read. So he's progressing. He's coming back. Would you drop? Yeah. Would you drop like Reese Olson? You know, a young guy that's done well, but you know, like most young pitchers, is going to have a rough patches. Would you drop like a Reese Olson for Scherzer?
Yes.
In like a 10, 12 team redraft?
I would. Oh, definitely there. I think it gets tougher if you do that in a 12 or 14 teamer, but I would. I totally would. I like Reese Olson, but Scherzer's a guy. Of course, the injury risk is there, but if he's healthy and he feels good, he came back pretty much on schedule, I guess. Pretty much, right? Not too late, not too early. So, yeah, I would do that.
Yeah. Now's the time to get him. He's fresh off the IL, feeling good. Yeah, you're going to get a good month or two out of Scherzer, and you know, and maybe drop one of those hot guys. I just picked Reese Olson out of the blue. Like I don't want to drop him either. I think he's a great pitcher, but he has hit a rough spot. But
he has, and also, like you said earlier, you know, Verlander's got a neck issue. He might hit the IL, might miss a start, but he'll be okay. But we lost Yamamoto yesterday. There's people falling off once again, and there's people coming back, though. Not only is Max Scherzer coming back, Garrett Cole is. I'll tell you what, I was wrong about this. I really thought that this would not go this way, but he has been throwing gas. His heat has been there in the minors. He's whiffing bats, struck out 10. Garrett Cole's ready to rock, and people who held on to him, I guess it's going to pay off.
100% it's going to pay off. I wish I had bought that lotto ticket, because that thing is as good as gold. He's a fierce competitor. He's the ace of the Yankees. The Yankees are on fire. He's going to come in there and lead that team to the World Series. Is he going to win the World Series? I don't know. But I would bet all the tea in China that he's going to come back soon and help that team go straight to the World Series, and then we'll see what happens. But, yeah. Garrett Cole was a great buy. Great.
It was worth holding on to, no doubt about it. And I guess his elbow's fine. You never know. We lost Kyle Bradish, too. That elbow was shaky. You know, when you that's the thing, though. So you got to watch this with Garrett Cole. Will it slip again? Because these elbows are Jordan Romano, these guys that come and go. They don't get surgery, but they've had elbow problems. Watch out. I'm just saying, Garrett Cole could blow up in your face. I would argue if somebody's down to buy Cole now and he looks good in a start or two, I would sell. I would. And I would move him to get something tasty that would be more reliable. Again, that's risky, but it's also team dependent. We got a bunch of other comments here. The Baltimore Podcast, 2 Whales Tuesdays.
Utah.
Oops says you have to look at DJ Herz's first 2 outings. They weren't very good. Okay, that's what we said. Yeah,
that's true. That's true. They weren't bad, but
they weren't. Yeah.
They weren't bad. They weren't very good. Remember, those were his first 2 starts as a major league starting pitcher, and he only went about 4 innings in both of those. Totally get it. Look, you're not going to find, well, maybe Garrett Cole, but you're not going to find Spencer Strider, a healthy Spencer Strider on the waiver wire. You just got to take your shot with these guys. Just give it a shot, see what happens. And if you get one more good outing out of Herz, like a 7-inning pitch, 7 strikeout, 1 earned run, you've won. Because you got him off the waiver wire. You got him for nothing. You got him for the worst player on your team that you're not starting anyway. Who cares? So
that's a good point.
Give it a shot. Why not?
Locking that in. Makes sense to me. Joe's here. What's up, Joe? Boz the Mirage. I remember when he came up and gave up a granny to Arias. That's Luis Arias of the San Diego Padres in his first start. Love it. John wants more. Rest of season. Verlander, Eflin, or Luzardo? I guess I could go Verlander.
That's tough. I go Verlander, Eflin, Luzardo.
Yeah, this year's Zach Eflin is Jack Flaherty. We told you that back in March. So, but he's not this year's Zach Eflin. Zach Eflin has actually transitioned or transferred his spirit to Jack Flaherty. So that's gone now. But he's still better than Luzardo. Luzardo is the worst of the three, sadly. And I think, remember a couple years ago, people were like, oh, my God, they traded him from Oakland for Starling Marte. And this guy's going to be a stud for the next 10 years. And he's not really worked out to be that.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny, like transferred his soul. It's like he did some paranormal activity on that thing.
He
like
did.
Took the picture and like lit it on fire and did the little, the weird little symbol. And that thing's spooking somebody else's body.
Scary.
that movie was so scary.
Oh man, as long as it wasn't Weekend at Bernie's, the weird voodoo stuff where he comes back to life.
I love those paranormal activity movies. I like them all, like 1 through 4. Did you ever see them? Did you like them?
I didn't see all 4, but I saw one of them. It was pretty good. Yeah, but I didn't see 2, 3, or 4.
I don't know how I got into. Yeah, I don't know how I got into it, but I ended up watching them. And this was only like a couple. Maybe it was during COVID, something like that. And so
I remember those days.
I watched them in sequence, and They all made sense. Like they were all connected. There's like an arc. I thought they were great.
They were great. It's beautiful. What about this, though? This isn't so great. Jason Dominguez just placed on the 7-day IL. That is a fact. I just confirmed that. Uh-oh.
Wow,
So that's going to be delayed for all you Dominguez lovers. Uncle Ted says, you just going to stand there and bleed, or you going to skin that smoke wagon? That's right. Tombstone. Nice call out there, Uncle Ted.
That's a great call, Uncle Ted. Tombstone is my wife Sarah's all-time favorite movie. That's not a joke. I'm not making
it's a great choice.
100% true. But I will say this: Billy Bob Thornton. He is the dealer in that movie. But I believe he also appeared in Indecent Proposal with Robert Redford and Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson. He had a very, very small part. And the part that Billy Bob Thornton had was when Demi Moore and Woody are first meet Gage, the Robert Redford character. He's playing, $10,000 a hand blackjack or something, and they walk up and Billy Bob Thornton goes, "See that guy? He's a crazy poon hound." Like that. Like, and he only had like
that is him.
He only had 3 lines, but I think that may have been his first movie, Uncle Ted. I could be wrong.
Wow,
I remember
dude.
that. I know that movie well. Underrated. Not bad. Both those movies came out in 1993, so that is interesting.
Oh, there you go.
Just saying, we got to check the exact release date on the box office. Wide release, too, not limited. TM. What's up, TM? Who should I drop? Or Gorman. A lot of people think about Gorman today. Gorman or Nathaniel Lowe to add Noelve Marte in head-to-head points? Don't drop Lowe, drop Gorman. That's my opinion.
Yeah, me too.
But that's like not well researched. It's just talent. I think there's a better base there overall. That's it. And I'm fine with it. Uncle Ted says Kellenic went off yesterday. They moved him to leadoff. Hey, I'll tell you this. I picked up Jared Kellenic 2 weeks ago in the main event. We didn't get Boz. We got Jared Kellenic for $21. And yeah, he had a day yesterday. Now that there's no Acuna, after all these years, had no
Michael Harris the second either. He's got a grade 2 strain. He's out for a while. This is a great call, Uncle Ted. Jared Kellenic of the Atlanta Braves. This is your time to shine. Like years ago, he was a hot prospect, kind of like a Joe Adael like situation. Jared Kellenic playing for the Braves, batting leadoff against righties, may just work out. I also noticed that Roman Arenado. You remember him?
Sure. Former Oakland A.
He's going to be their full-time right fielder with Kellenic in left and Duvall in the middle. So
I love it.
You got some opportunities here because I believe in my heart of hearts that the Atlanta Braves, like Austin Riley is starting to hit. Like even with these setbacks, the Atlanta Braves, like their core of Albies, Olsen, Riley. Of course, we don't even talk about Marcell Ozuna, who's having the best season, one of the best hitters in baseball.
Yeah.
So these players, there's going to be lots of crumbs from the dinner table, and I think Kellenic and Roman Arenado can pick up some major counting stats. What do you think?
I love it. I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. And I like Laureano in Cleveland. I even drafted him in maybe 2 leagues, deep leagues, because I thought he could play well in Cleveland. Didn't really work out there, but there's still something on the bone with Laureano. We're talking, again, this is 14 teams and deeper for sure in that case. Right. But Kellenic is 12 team and deeper for sure. And you should keep an eye on 10 teamers for now. Put that little star, click that star on your watch list. Even though Uncle Ted and B. Henny are making poop icons on the poop emojis here. So, okay, so this is a tough one, and we talked about this before, TM. What starting pitcher to target for Arozarena? That's such a wide range. Give us a few names you want us to target, and we could give you our yes or no on it. It's just a little bit harder to do is all when we don't have like a list. If you could just give us a few names, we'll bring you back up on the list for sure here because we got a lot of questions. Oh, well, Uncle Ted's taking over the show now. Everyone's talking to Uncle Ted. That's fine. We'll just take a nap over here while Uncle Ted takes it over because Uncle Ted's the man. He knows his stuff. What about this one? I picked up Matt Waldron. What do you think of him? He's good, right?
He's totally serviceable, and for a 5th starter for your fantasy team, totally serviceable. Plays for the Padres. He's going to win games. He's going to have good games. He hasn't had that many blow-ups, which is valuable. So, yeah, I like Matt Waldron as a good, solid SP5. You just plug him in. You don't worry about it. And, yeah, he's going to provide some wins, some Ks. Yeah, I like Matt Waldron a lot, actually. And he's got that, obviously, that knuckleball everybody goes nuts about. But he only uses it like 40% of the time. Like, he's not – this isn't like a Ray Dickey situation or anything like that. Like he which he won a Cy Young, come to think of it. But Matt Waldron does a mix, and I like him. I think he's solid.
Absolutely. Any DeGrom believers in the room? Charles P says. By the way, Charles, hope you keep doing well. Charles has gotten healthy and he's doing much better since the surgery, and so glad to have you in here talking fantasy baseball with us all season long, brother. Thanks for being here. I think now is the time. If you have the room. Well, of course, if somebody has the IL spot, they've just been holding them in there all season, most likely. But for those of you that can't do that, it's time to start looking now because I expect that maybe he can come back by end of July. Maybe.
I keep an eye on him. I'd let him make I know you have to get him sooner than later. Of course, that's true. But, I would wait a couple more weeks. Because, you got to churn and burn. And as good as let's say DeGrom returns to Jacob DeGrom 3 years ago, you're still only getting him for a month, 2 months, because he's got to ramp up. He's going to do rehab starts. What about setbacks? Yep. Like, just you got time. Churn and burn until the end of June, and then take another look.
It looks like he's going to do his first bullpen. In fact, he did his first bullpen, or he will do it weekend of June 17th through 23rd. This week. So he'll do his actual first bullpen. So that's a good sign. No more flat ground, bullpen. Then simulate a game, and then you go to a complex league. You start doing some rehab. It'd be, if he could pull it off, I'd love for it to happen at the end of July. But yeah, probably beginning of August is more realistic. But it's all about the room you got, right? Just like you said, what's the status on your roster? What do you got available? I don't know. Hunter Brown has been looking great so far. Let me tell you this, guys. Let me jump in on this one here. Okay, I loved Hunter Brown preseason. I drafted him as much as I could, and boy, did he just destroy one of my teams. He was part of several players, including Randy Arozarena and Bo Bichette, who basically destroyed my home league this year. That's my worst team. It's over. It's already over. In fact, it was over like a month ago because of guys like Brown and Randy and Bo. But now Brown has turned it around, and on May 17th, for those of you that check out the Patreon, I did a video, buy low 3-pack. One of those guys on May 17th was Hunter Brown. And since that day, Britton, since May 17th, that man, Hunter Brown, has done the following. May 17th that day, 5 innings, 5 Ks, got the win, wasn't overly dominant. 6 innings, 3 Ks, quality start. 6 innings, 9 Ks, quality start. 6 innings, 7 Ks, quality start. 6 innings, got the win, 7 Ks. No earned runs given up, 7 Ks, 9 Ks, 7 innings, 1 earned. I mean, this is dominant now. He's on fire.
It's been dominant. It's been fun. And what makes it all the more impressive is not just what he's done, which is very impressive, but as when he started the season, he got obliterated by teams. I mean, like 2 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, and they would leave him there. They would leave him there to take it. Yep. I can't imagine how mentally tough Hunter Brown is to take that type of hit, punch, Mike Tyson, 1991 punch out to the face, and yet he comes back, gets through it. I'm really impressed by Hunter Brown. I wish I had him on more teams. You know, so yeah, if you hung on to Hunter Brown, congratulations. Like you're genius. Genius.
I feel good about that. It makes me happy.
I'm cheering for him.
So.
Yeah.
Genius.
And that Sierra was good. He got bad breaks last year, and he got bad luck this year, too. He's hot now. It's all for real. Pistol says, great show, guys. Great info, funny, and best interaction with the viewers. That's right. That's a Palazzo podcast for you here. Britton Allan, Michael Govier.
Give me two.
Have a great day, everybody. Great chat. Also, lots of great info. Uncle Ted should have his own podcast. Oh, Uncle Ted. He's going to take over the show. Keith says Uncle Ted is in 8th place in the Let's Get Stoned league. Is that true? Have a good one. Thanks, Keith. Keith's been commenting on our YouTube videos, by the way, which you guys can also do when we're not on the air. You can comment on our video, and we can come back and answer questions ex post facto. Is that proper? Is that how you use that? No? I don't know what that means, actually.
I think it's Latin for let's get stoned.
Well, we're going to wrap her up here. Well, I got one more for you here. Looks like TM. Pablo Lopez, Grayson Rodriguez among the few pitchers to target for Arozarena. There you go, TM. Thank you very much. Okay. Britton, what do you think here?
That's a great call. If you can get Grayson Rodriguez, jump on that in a New York minute. Pablo Lopez has hit a rough spot, but, you know, I'm a little worried about Pablo Lopez. I'll just you know, he's had 3 serious shoulder injuries in his career. I don't know. I'm scared of Pablo Lopez, but I am not scared of Grayson Rodriguez. I would jump all over Rodriguez. What do you think?
I'm all over Rodriguez, but I'm just as much on Pablo. For me, Pablo Lopez is in Hunter Brown territory. He's had some bad breaks. It hasn't gone his way. He had a nice start against Colorado this week to kind of slow down. And even 2 starts before the blow-up prior to his last start, he pitched 7 innings and was excellent. It's just been some inconsistencies. I think he's had some real bad luck. I really still believe that. His strand rate, we covered this on the show recently. It needed to come up. He was getting bad breaks with runners on base. So I'm all about Pablo. In fact, I might have preferred Pablo over Grayson, but I can't go wrong, especially in head-to-head points, giving up Arozarena for a pitcher like those guys. It's worth it to me to do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it. Rizza says, thanks, guys. Always appreciate you, boys. Happy Father's Day. Enjoy baseball. Oh, and of course, the traditional every Sunday on a Father's Day. It's the U.S. Open for you golf fans. I know Britton loves golf.
Thank you for the kind words, Rizza. Thank you, everyone. I like watching. I like watching the Masters, but that's just kind of an excuse. Just to drink beer and watch people talk.
That's
and say, look, here's some golfer you've never heard of named Scotty Sherwood taking a I don't. I
just heard a crack of a bush light in the crowd.
There's a bogey. The only thing that bothers me about golf, and I don't know if they still do this, is when somebody hits a tee shot and it's a par 5, and some idiot in the crowd goes in the hole. I was like, can we stop?
That's like Freebird. Let's play it out, man.
Stop. Yeah. After a while, I just like, okay, you idiots. That
is funny. I'm so glad. I agree with you on that one. There's a name I haven't seen here before, and I don't want to feel like he got shortchanged on the show because we love you guys. This is Ron Kelly. Hi, Ron. Subscribe, like the video here as we close out the show.
Hey, Ron. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks, Ronnie. I got Lewis, Ramirez, and Garcia. So that's Royce Lewis, Ramirez, and Michael Garcia, I assume. 1 third base, 2 utility. Who do I trade and for whom? Well, I don't know for who, but of those 3 guys, Royce Lewis, Jose Ramirez, and Michael Garcia, I like all 3 of those guys quite a bit. Of course, injury concerns for Royce, and Michael Garcia leads off, and he's been playing better in June and even in late May. So, who do you
Jose Ramirez is not going anywhere. He is on paternity leave, but that's not an injury or anything, obviously. So Jose Ramirez is my 3rd baseman unless he breaks both his legs and both his arms, and then I might bench him. But
he's back in business this year. He's playing very well.
He's a 5 category contributor. He's having a great season. So Jose Ramirez. Royce Lewis, I'm hanging on to him 100%. When he plays, he's awesome. I love Royce Lewis. Michael Garcia, I assume that's could it be? Yeah, it is. Okay.
You think it's somebody else?
I was thinking
it looked like they were all third basemen, so that's why I thought they were all. It wasn't Adelise or anybody else, but I could be wrong. Clarify, Ron. He says a pitcher maybe move.
Would you trade Royce Lewis for like Pablo Lopez?
Man,
would you trade Royce Lewis for Grayson Rodriguez? I think I would. I think I would do it for both those pitchers if I need a pitcher. I mean, I love Royce Lewis, but he could be rounding third tomorrow and come up with a hamstring injury. So.
Man,
but that's true for everybody.
Good though. When he plays at an elite level. Like he just goes out there and starts doing things. It's such a strange. I've rarely seen the dichotomy. Not even Byron Buxton was like this. Buxton never even showed what Lewis has done, really.
You're right. Right? You're right. It's literally Royce Lewis is a shooting star.
He is. You're right.
Kurt Cobain. You just
yes.
I don't want it to fade. It's better to burn out than to fade away. So.
Oh my God! You remember when people used to say that in high school? Oh my God, that was so played out too.
burn my candle at both ends. That was another one.
Better to burn out than fade away, man.
Everybody's burning out.
Oh, man. Well, we've had a lot of fun today. We hope you guys did too. Yeah, Ron, I'd look for a picture. Thanks for the answers. That's right. We squeezed you in, buddy, because we want you here. We love working with you and talking baseball. And yes, it was Michael Garcia to confirm. Thank you very much. And don't forget, the Omaha's got College World Series going on. Charles wants everyone to know that. Keith says, have a great day. Charles, business says, I just got off for Stanton for Lopez. No, I'd keep Lopez. Carlos Stanton's.
I keep Lopez. Yeah.
See, we both agree.
Yeah, Stanton's been playing better, but I'd hang on to Lopez. I think he's going to be more valuable in the long run.
Oh, Uncle Ted has to also stick up for himself. I'm 5-5. The leader is 6-4 in eighth place. In second place, when everyone in our league is kissing our sisters with ties. Okay, well, now we've settled that. So Keith and Uncle Ted can work that out off screen. Hey, Chad's here. Hey, buddy. Chad, excited for action-packed week at Palazzo. That's right. We're going to be busy here all week long. We got Triple Play. They're going to be here on Tuesday night, 9 o'clock. Of course, Monday night, we got the Prospects Power Hour. And then Wednesday, the man himself, Chris Deary, will be back on this show for the first time since he left, which is very exciting news. So that's going to be very cool. And, of course, me and Britton and Mike will probably get back on the horse Friday. And then we'll be back here again. Next thing you know, Britton, it'll be Sunday, and we'll be doing this all over again. So
it's all kinds of fun, great content. And if you like it, please go to the YouTube page and click on the subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. And if you have a minute, if you're alone on Father's Day and your family's leaving you alone for a minute, please try to go give a 5-star review if you would. It would be greatly appreciated. If you leave a little 5-star plus a little review, we will read it on air and give you all the props in the world and give you our heartfelt thanks, because it does mean a lot. And we want the podcast to be successful, and we appreciate everybody that participates. So thank y'all very much. Long-winded chatterboxing outro.
Yeah. All true, though. All true, man. I'll lock you in. I completely agree. We love doing the show. And if you guys support the show and it can grow more and we could do the show more often, where, maybe certain people could be, given some time and effort, some commodification for, that's great. But more than anything, in the end, it's just great talking baseball all the time. We love doing it with you. So thanks for being here, guys. Thanks to Keith. Thanks to John. Thanks to Ron, the newcomers, everybody. All newcomers. We had enough newcomers today. We should crack 800. So when I close this show out and I go check the YouTube page, make sure you subscribe. We should be at least 800 subs, and that'll make for a lovely Father's Day for Britton. And for me,
I'm cracking Miller Lights.
Oh, of course, you're cracking Millers. That's right. Not a Bush man, but there's nothing wrong with Miller Light.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Bush too.
Bush Light, near and dear to my heart.
Coors. Anything else you want to put on the list?
So good. I love you, Coors Light. Bush Light, $5 for a 12-pack. Knoxville, 1995. Never forget you.
All right, thanks everybody. It's been a beautiful day on the Faab-Ulous Waiver Wire live chat show. We'll see you next Sunday. Don't forget, 4 shows this week, so catch us on the YouTubes. In the meantime, we're on the Discord, free of charge. Link in the description. Bye-bye.
DJ Herz.